In high school, I used to post on social media a lot. Now that I'm in college, I just don't have the time anymore. All my accounts and profiles are still up, but I'm rarely active. More recently, I've been considering deleting everything and getting off social media altogether. After what's happened, it might be the best thing I can do. A few days before it started, I was looking through some old things. I don't even remember what I was looking for, but during my search, I noticed I couldn't find my old phone, which I kept as a backup in case my new phone ever got lost or broken. Best case scenario, I just forgot to pack it when I moved out, so it was still at my parents' house and it just took me forever to realize, though there was a chance it could have been lost or even stolen out of my apartment. Any of the drunk people I've had over for parties could have taken it, with a good chance they don't even remember who they got it from. However, later that same week, I had to consider a more serious option. Out of the blue, someone I hadn't spoken to since high school messaged me on Instagram. I guess they must have been keeping tabs on me, because they said they had noticed I made a second account. They were wondering if it was like a spam account for close friends that I accidentally left public, or if I had lost the password to my old account. Honestly, I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. I never made a second account. I told them so, but they said they could prove it. Then they sent me the link. What I saw next sent me into a panic. It was a new account, of me. It had my name, my face, pictures of me all throughout high school, even things I never posted. Random shots I took of old friends, sometimes clearly inside my parents' house. Having realized just days earlier that I lost my old phone, my first thought was that someone had managed to break into it. They could easily access my camera roll and all the accounts I never changed the password for, and apparently that's exactly what they were doing. Using all that data to impersonate me. To make sure, I opened the location tracking app my parents made me download on both phones, and my heart sank when it didn't show up at my parents' house, my current apartment, nor in some random location miles away, but somewhere nearby. It wasn't home, but it was in town. I was already distraught, but it got worse. As I kept scrolling through this account, I realized not all of the pictures were old. Sprinkled in were new pictures, ones I never could have taken on my old phone, which I hadn't used in several years. They showed the street I lived on, a picture of the school parking lot with my car in the frame, and even a short video of this unknown person walking into a bar I had just been to last weekend. In a matter of minutes, my day went from calm and boring to a total nightmare. I had no idea what to do. I wasn't prepared to engage with this account out of fear that it would make things worse. I thanked the person who brought it to my attention and asked if they knew anything else about it, but they said no. I also didn't forget the possibility that they might have been involved somehow, though I didn't want them to know I was thinking that either way. Afterward, panic settled into insidious paranoia. I tried to relax, take my mind off it with all sorts of distractions, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. What did this person want? Why me? Isolating myself in my apartment, I double, triple, quadruple checked that my door was always locked. I kept testing it and I could swear it was loose, even though it had always been solid. I couldn't trust my windows either. I lived on the second floor, but a person this determined to torment me could easily get in through them. This restlessness lasted for hours. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I worked up the courage and texted the Instagram account that was impersonating and stalking me, demanding they delete everything immediately. I don't know what I was expecting, but their response was the worst thing I could have thought of. They replied almost instantly. Charlie is the name of my cat. I adopted him as an accidental kitten from a friend in town a few months ago. I never posted about Charlie. I kept him a secret because there's a strict rule against having cats in my apartment. Now I was terrified that this person would report me to my landlord and get me evicted, or worse, do something to hurt my cat. Most of all, I was desperately trying to figure out how they could even know about it. They would have to be a personal friend of mine, one I've spoken to recently, or they had to be watching me physically, not just online. Either way, I was at my wit's end. I called the police and reported the account, but just as soon as I did, it disappeared. I checked the location of my old phone. and it was no longer showing up. I couldn't offer anything else. For weeks I waited for an update from the police, but I never got one. I simply had to try and move on. Life slowly began to feel normal again. Until just the other day, a new account followed me. There were no posts, but the username itself sent me right back into survival mode. It said, "Move back home," with random characters thrown into it. Just a few days ago, I had texted my mom that I was thinking I might want to move back home if something else happens. Turns out they never needed my old phone to spy on me. It can read my texts. I don't know what else to do but disappear off the internet entirely and make sure I'm never alone.